In a world where violence meets entertainment,
Blood coming out of Tony Ferguson's mouth.
where fighters rise and fall in a matter of minutes,
Oh, he's front kick to the chin. Oh, my goodness. Out cold.
one man walked into the UFC with rainbow hair, a Twitch stream, and a devastating right hand. They called him flashy, they called him a showman, and soon they started calling him something else.
Hey, this the next motherfucking champ in the UFC, man. The Sugar Show, believe it.
The most protected man in the UFC. But is that fair? This is the story of Sean O'Malley, a knockout artist, a marketing genius, a champion, and maybe, just maybe, the UFC's most carefully managed fighter. The Sugar Show begins 2017, Dana White's Contender Series. A lanky, unknown kid lands a walk-off knockout, throws up a peace sign, and declares, "Welcome to the Sugar Show." That moment wasn't just a win, it was a brand launch. With neon hair, tattoos, and elite striking, O'Malley had something the UFC craves: star power. He was memeable, marketable, and magnetic. In a sport where attention is everything, O'Malley was gold. He racked up quick finishes. Eddie Wineland, Thomas Almeida, Raulian Paiva, all victims of that precise, sniper-like striking. The fans loved him. Dana White saw dollar signs. But as the highlight reels grew, so did the whispers. Why isn't he fighting top-ranked guys? Smart or soft? In 2020, O'Malley faced his first real test, Marlon Chito Vera. In round 1, O'Malley suffered a foot injury, got ground and pounded, and lost via TKO. Most rising stars would rematch or climb through killers to rebuild. Not Sean. Instead, the UFC gave him unranked opponents. Thomas Almeida, Chris Moutinho, a last-minute replacement. Raulian Paiva O'Malley crushed all of them, brutally. Critics called it cherry-picking. O'Malley called it smart business. Why fight the #1 contender for the same money I get fighting someone unranked? He knew the game. Why risk it all for no extra pay? And to his credit, he wasn't wrong. He kept winning, he kept growing, and his name kept trending. Then came UFC 280, Peter Yan, former champion, #1 contender, absolute savage. O'Malley, ranked number 11 at the time, was suddenly handed this shot. Was it earned, or was it UFC matchmaking magic? Many thought he'd get dominated. Instead, O'Malley went to war. 3 rounds, brutal exchanges. Yan had the takedowns, but O'Malley had the cleaner strikes. Split decision. O'Malley wins. Controversial? Maybe. Legitimate? Absolutely. That night, Sean silenced a lot of doubters. He showed he could hang with the best. And the whispers of protected started to shift into something else. Maybe he really is that good. The champion moment. UFC 292. Sean O'Malley versus Aljamain Sterling, the reigning champ, elite grappler, undefeated at bantamweight. Many believed this would expose the hype job. Round 2, O'Malley lands a crisp right hand that drops Sterling. A few punches later, the fight is over. TKO. O'Malley is the UFC bantamweight champion. The Sugar Show had reached the mountaintop. Even Dana White couldn't hide the smile. You don't become champion without earning it. Dana, post-fight, but not everyone agreed. The business of being protected. Let's be honest, the UFC isn't just a fight league, it's an entertainment empire. And in that world, fighters like Sean O'Malley are rare. He talks like a YouTuber, fights like a sniper, dresses like a walking billboard, has millions of followers, sells merch like a rock star. Protecting him, even subconsciously, makes business sense. Why rush him into stylistic nightmares like Merab Dvalishvili or Ricky Simon when you can give him knockout-friendly matchups and milk the hype? This isn't new. Boxing's done it for decades. Build the brand, protect the investment, strike at the right moment. The UFC simply adapted the formula. The cracks appear in 2024. O'Malley lost a decision to Merab, a relentless, pressure-heavy wrestler. He got dominated for 5 rounds. No highlight, no rainbow, but instead of going back to the queue, the UFC gave him an immediate rematch. Critics exploded. You get 50-45 and still get a rematch? That's Dana White privilege. Henry Cejudo. Maybe it was favoritism. Maybe it was just good business. Because like it or not, people tune in for Sean O'Malley. Protected or prodigious. So, is Sean O'Malley protected? Yes. No? Both. He was strategically built. He earned some and was handed others. But at the end of the day, you can't fake knocking someone out. You can't fake surviving Peter Yan. You can't fake starching Aljamain Sterling. The UFC may have guided the Sugar Show to success, but Sean O'Malley still had to walk into the cage and deliver, and that's what he did. So whether you see him as a marketing machine or a once-in-a-generation striker, just know this: the Sugar Show might have been scripted, but the knockouts were always real.